It is Broken What If here, and today I will be doing What If Deku was a HellHound. And this will be my 100 sub special, and I know I'm a little late, but I had to wait till I was home alone, or everyone was asleep, which I am home alone right now. But the abilities of a HellHound is, there's a list, and I'll only say the top of it, which I'll say the ones that are relevant to the story at the beginning. So I will say immortality, fire, immunity, and manipulation, which it goes for hellfire and fire. So, but I don't think I might put some demons or so in the story if you guys want me to, but that's only if you guys want me to. And they can only be controlled by demons and, where did I put that? Lilith, which I'm too lazy to go into the background of that. Actually, no, I'm just too lazy to look it up, because that's not the what if, and I could care less. Unless I decide that it could be important to the story, I'm not going to look it up, or if you guys want it to be important to the story. But that's up to you. Well, you guys, and women, and girls, and boys, or I don't care, and attack helicopters. But they have control over their form. Deku won't at the beginning, because he's a child. He's not smart enough to. But, and he has a shadow-like appearance while in the HellHound form. Invisible to the human eye in HellHound form. If he wants to be invisible to, he can choose if he's invisible and who he's invisible to, and who he's not invisible to. But he will learn that later on. Well, before he goes to UA, but later on in the story. And red, and he will have red eyes, red eyes, sorry, I just blanked out for a minute, well, a couple seconds, but that's enough going into the powers, because if I listed off all the powers, we would be here for a while. But in Deku's father will be Hisashi, but it won't be canon Hisashi. Well, I'm pretty sure that's his name. I could care less. And I was actually planning on doing this for a while before you got so many people commented down on my Goro what if Deku was Goro. I suggest you watch it. It's pretty good in my own regards. Granted, I was using a crappy mic, but I suggest you watch it. I think it's decent. It's not like any other YouTubers like Lazy What Ifs or Owner Zerg. I suggest you go subscribe to them. They're great channels, and etc. But since we're kind of 4 minutes into the video, I think I should probably get into the story now. But background kind of is important, but that's besides the point. And when this is before Deku Deku's born, so I did not plan this through at all, but screw it. And Deku, Hisashi is just down in hell, and he gets the order to go hunt down a human that made a deal 7 years ago. I think that's 7 or 6 or 10. Is it 10 or... I don't know how long a contract lasts, because I'm not a deal maker or a crossroads demon. But he's ordered to go kill a human that their time limit on their deal is up. So he goes to the world of the living, Earth, Midrealm, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Pun intended. But he goes and hunts down the target, but before he kills them, he just does some light research on the person to see what they did and what their deal was, because, hey, this demons might have a personal life, yay. But, well, and if there are any, sorry about that, if there are any just diehard absolute Christians, take no offense to this. I'm atheist, so I don't give about your religion, but I do care about you, yay. Sorry about that. A cup fell off my nightstand, and it hit all the water bottles on my floor. I should really clean that up. So on. But he does a little research, and while he goes, and after that, he goes to a ramen shop. Yeah, ramen shop. And he sees this pretty woman, and it's Inko. Yeah, I'm dying. But, and he sits a seat over from her. Like, there's a seat in between. And he orders some ramen. That's kind of the necessity, unless you're gonna order some curry inside of a ramen shop, which would kind of be a dick move, but that's besides the point. And he orders some ramen. He eats it, which is to be expected, and leaves. And at the same time, Inko leaves a little bit before him. And he follows her, and he's in his human form because she has the scent of his target. So, and since HellHounds have super sensing, can track their target anywhere, which is where I got my information, or one of the things that I got for HellHound's abilities. And he ducks into an alley midway in following her because he thinks that she noticed him following her. So he ducks into an alley and turns into a HellHound, kind of like this. But, no one can see him. Just using that for the look. And he follows her and to his target, and then proceeds to rip out his gullet, his throat, in a gruesome manner. And his target would actually turn out to be her father, which he wanted. I'm gonna say a big no. Kinda wanna be child friendly. Crap. Sorry about that. Just checking my crap. But sorry. Just got bored of just silence. Since I'm home alone and I don't want to just be sitting in silence and staring at my wall during this. I at least want some music. But his wish was whatever the crap. You can think of it. He wanted, I'm gonna say, money. Not infinite money, but he asked for a job that would be simple and give him lots of money. So it wouldn't look suspicious. Because he was actually a smartass, not a fucking dumbass. I don't give a fuck if I'm cussing. YouTube, I'm not being... Please don't demonetize this video if I ever do become monetized. I was about to say, if I ever become demonetized. That would have been... But... And... So, he leaves, and when he turns back into a, air quotes, human, and ducks out of an alley, and then he bumps into Inko as she is running, and he sees some blood on her. Well, and he asks, "Hey, what's wrong?" And in a really caring tone. So he says, "My father, he's been murdered," and he says, "Oh no." But he doesn't sound sarcastic like that. And he sounds really worried. So, he pulls out a phone that he pickpocketed from someone. And he calls a hero agency. He calls the police, and Inko tells her address. And then they go back to her house, which I'm gonna say maybe sorry, had to burp. But I'm gonna say it wasn't an apartment, but apartment at crap. No, it was in an actual house. We're not gonna make it where they lived in like where Inko and Deku lived in the store in canon. So it's an actual house. Like, did the Bakugo family live in an actual house? But if they didn't, I'm gonna say that it looks like there's a thing. But if they didn't, you can just think of up your own design for the house. But they rush back to her house, and when the police get there, she explains what happened, and then they take them both in for questioning, blah blah blah, all the fun stuff. And And after all that crap, he offers to get her some food and crap. Almost dropped my phone. And a drink to process all this crap that just happened. And they never find the suspect because, well, the killer was a HellHound and technically doesn't have an identity, so yeah. But he fakes his death pretty much to hell, but before that, they essentially go on a date, but it's not a date, it's just, oh no, my father's just been killed, and he just, excuse me, but, how should I do this? I did not think this through, to be honest, so, sorry if I ramble a lot. Oh, it's just like how it used to be, fun. But they essentially grow close over time, and I'm gonna say a hellhound's perception of time is different from humans. It's faster, as in 1 year feels like, in 1 year I would say feels like a day in hell. Yeah. So, yeah. One day, actually no, in hell it goes slower, because then this is just easier for me. And so one day, or 1 year in Earth is a day in hell. So it'll be a long time before they suspect anything. So they build a relationship, blah blah blah. Gonna skip all the mushy crap, because if anyone from my personal life is here, they know for hell of a damn sure I'm not good about putting detail into my stories. Sorry, just blew out a candle. Smoke got in my nose. It burned. Better. That feels better. But I'm gonna skip to when Deku was born, but Inko thinks Hisashi's quirk is fire breathing, because fire manipulation, acid reflex. Screw it. I'm making their fire breathing and acid reflex. Essentially, their vomit. But when Deku is born, he's born kind of like when he's born, he looks kind of like this. He's born kind of doing this, but looks more along the lines of, I want to say, this. Without all the horns or... What the fuck? That's why I fucking hate this society. But he looks more along the lines of, I want to say this, but instead of black, it's more green-ish, kind of. But you get the point. Born doing this to the doctor's arm, but no, he looks like this, and I'll go back to the act, but he's born kind of scratching the doctor's arm, but more of a bony black, greenish, dark greenish color. And when Hisashi sees this, he's not surprised, but he acts surprised because, wow! And he just says, oh, he got my father's quirk, I guess. Because, well, that's easier than saying, oh yeah, my quirk isn't actually just fire breathing, I'm actually a HellHound. Yeah, because that's a fucking long-ass story. Well, not really, but I don't think they'd be, married anymore. But he just says, oh, he must have gotten my father's quirk. And when she holds him, and he's not just absolutely fucking decimating her arm, but they did have to call in a healing hero because they would have to rush the other guy to the hospital because, oh, it won't stop fucking bleeding. It just not even, the stitches just burn when they try to stitch up the wound, so. And they just go like, holy, he's born with a quirk, okay? And he looks like a fucking dog. And his cut burns, so we're gonna name his quirk HellHound. But they name him Izuku Midoriya. Blah 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 blah. When they take him home, the doctors say, we would like to run some tests, but Hisashi and Inko refuse this because, well, they don't want their child to be tested on. And when they take him home, he starts to breathe. No, he doesn't start to breathe fire, but he just walks to a wall, or crawls to a wall, and just stares at it very intently. And they're kind of curious about this, but they just go like, he must be just blah blah blah. I cannot English today. He must be just in his own imagination. 1 second. I think someone just arrived home. False alarm. My dogs just went nuts for some stupid reason. Oh well. But they just think, oh, he must just be in his own imagination. Well, Inko thinks that. But then, Hisashi can smell the scent of someone that has a target. Well, a target. And he realizes, oh no, one of my own kind is going to come here. So, I might just want to, skedaddle, skedoodle, I'm gone. He just goes, oh. And the next day he just says, oh, I've gotten a job offer in the, you can choose your own country for that, because I could give less. But he just goes like, oh, I've got a job offer in blah. No, actually, just for the hell of it, and the punt and the joke, he says, I got a job offer in Haiti. I don't know what their economy is. I don't know what their government system is. I just wanted to make that joke. Which it was not funny, but still. A joke's a joke. But he flies off for, I want to say, no, he says, I got not a job offer, but a business trip to do in Haiti. I'm going to say he's a spokesperson or something. I don't want to say that he's a military person because, well, that would just be awfully tragic. He'd leave us sent everywhere. Much rather do it in secure locations. Small, not a lot of locations. So, he's gone, and he returns, I want to say a month later. And by that time, I want to say Deku hasn't gotten a hold on transforming into human in HellHound, but he does it at random. So, Inka would be taking him for a walk one minute, and because he looks like a dog, and she'd be holding him, not like a baby, but holding him in his arm, in her arms. And one time he was getting his diaper changed while he was in human form in a public restroom, and he just turned into a hellhound and just scared the shit out of the women in the restroom. And just like, holy shit, I was not expecting that. And just started to breathe fire. Not like a huge amount to like start a fire inside the building, but just like a little flame, like the size of your forearm, or hand. Actually, no, just a flame the size of your hand. Just, that's not cute, but at least it's not 4 feet long. And so that happened, blah blah blah. Skip to when he was 5, and he had gotten a handle on his quirk, more so that he can switch in between HellHound and human. And Sashi's back now, so he's taught him how to do not all of his stuff, but how to like turn invisible and go in between human and HellHound at will, and how to control fire. And Inko, she just thinks, oh, he must be teaching him from what he saw his father do. Wrong, he's teaching him from experience. And also the knowledge of, well, a HellHound. But he doesn't teach him like how to do the shadow-like appearance in HellHound form, nor does he teach him how to cause illusions and fear in both HellHound and human. So he doesn't know how to do that. But he can manipulate fire and hellfire, because, well, he kind of has to manipulate he can manipulate his own fire. So, and when they asks when he says what his quirk is, everybody's like, what? What's a hellhound? And then he pretty much goes, it's a hound from hell. Or, it's a hound. No, that's not right. Whatever, just imagine his voice saying, it's a hound, it's a puppy from hell. And everyone asks, oh, that sounds cool. What can you do? And he turns into something kind of like this, without the chains, but he does have like the 3 heads, and I'm gonna say that he can choose to have the 3 heads or not, but he turns into something like that. And I want to say that he's the size of a normal dog at this age. When he's like 15, he'll be the size of a small horse, essentially a pony. A pony. And if anyone out there knows a brony, oh dear God, I feel bad for you. Or knows what a brony is, God, have mercy on your soul, because I do, and I regret going on r/Noah get the boat immensely. But if you do want to be cursed for in life and not be able to get images out of your head, go to Noah Get the Boat. It's a fun subreddit. But enough of that. He just turns into a hellhound and says, I can control fire and go invisible. Because I would say Hisashi taught him how to go invisible to the human eye. Keyword there, human. So, like Nezu and other dogs, or other hellhounds, dogs, people that, and not even people with heat vision, not like where you can shoot lasers out of your eyes, but where you can see heat. Not even people with a quirk like that can see Deku when he's invisible, because magic. But everybody thinks, oh, that's really cool, and everybody wouldn't try to ride him, because, well, he's just a little bit bigger. I'm gonna say that he's just a little, just barely bigger than a Doberman. You know what those are? They're pretty much really big dogs. Like, they go up to your waist. And they go up to my waist, and I'm like 5'8", 5'9", about that height. And so that says actually no, they go above a little past my waist. So that says on how tall they are. and how big they are. And they're really fluffy. But they don't. One really one kid with a. I want to say. There's one other kid with a he's already said that he can go invisible. So one kid with a heat vision quirk, one where he can see heat, says, "Really? I bet I could see you." And then he says, and then they make a bet saying it. Deku says he can't see him, and if the kid can see him, he wins the bet. They don't know any gambling, so I would say that they wouldn't know anything past that. So he goes invisible as a HellHound, and then after a couple seconds reappears behind the kid with his mouth open like that, but not like the eyes like I'm gonna eat you for lunch, not like that, but he scares the kid and the kid starts to cry, and then the teacher says, "That was very mean, Deku. You shouldn't use your quirk for that." And then he says, "Okay." But from that point on, everything's, "Oh, he's cool." And some kids are like, his quirk is kind of villainous. But no one listens to those people. No one listens to the know-it-alls. Like Ida. That piece of shit. But, sorry about that. But when Bakugo gets his quirk, I want to say he challenges him to a fight. Not directly, but he says, "I bet I could beat you with my quirk." And then when they don't seriously fight, but Deku says, "I bet you can't." And then Bakugo, by this point, I would say, not his explosions aren't extreme, but he can make sizable, not like where his point in the beginning of the anime, no, nothing like that, but enough to give someone a burn or two. And I'm gonna say he can they say, "Alright," and then Bakugo just goes like BLAM to his face while he's in his human form, and to Bakugo's surprise, he blows off some skin, and some blood gets on Bakugo, and then but before that he goes, "Oh no, oh, what's that on my cheek? Ah!" And then him not knowing what the it is, because I assume that he doesn't know what blood looks like at this age, and if he does, that's fucking concerning. But when the smoke clears, he pretty much sees Deku with a chunk out of his cheek, because Bakugo's explosion hit him point blank. So I'd say that would take out like a little chunk, like the size of that one, the top front tooth on the guy on this HellHound's mouth, the top front tooth, about that size, not shape but size, and Deku isn't screaming, but he's crying a little, like, why'd you do that? And then when Deku goes to rub it and he takes his hand away, it's gone. But after that would traumatize him, which I would hope so, because if that doesn't fucking scar you, blowing a kid's cheek off, well, not entirely, but some of someone's cheek off, I would hope that scars you a little. And if it doesn't, that's a little fucking concerning. But he goes to quirk counseling after that, because I'd assume that there's quirk counseling for people that have really strong quirks at a young age, so they don't misuse it. And then Deku is transferred to another school, where he meets, I'm gonna say maybe, I don't know, I forgot the dude's name, but I'll look it up. He would be transferred to crap. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce this dude's name. Okay, Jirtoda. Sounds like a monster from Monster Hunter, but okay. But he gets transferred to Jirtoda's school. And at this age, I wouldn't say that he's all formal and a nerd. Ignore the sound of a package being opened. But he'd probably still be kind of nerdish. Still formal, kind of like Ida, but more laid back, man. And I would say they bond over how similar their quirks are, because transformation, with air quotes, Jirtoda, transformation quirk. Deku, with air quotes, transformation quirk. And I would say maybe form a closer relationship. No, I'm not gonna fucking ship these two. Before anyone says that in the comments, and if anyone suggests I ship these two, I will not. Oh, hi, Mark. But I looked for someone with a similar quirk, but not the same. But they grow up, get close, know they're not getting gay, and become close friends. Kind of like how, I don't want to say he becomes more laid back, but not to the point where he's just like, hey man, want to take a toke? Not like that. He doesn't get that laid back. But I would say maybe he's more chill. A little bit more chill than he is in canon, because he's already pretty chill. And I would say when they turn about 15, 14, time skip, and when they turn 14-ish, they go hang out and go to the mall, and on their way to the mall, someone passes them, and Deku thinks he smelled that scent before. Like, do I know you? And then the guy, actually no, the girl actually bumps into him a little, and she goes, no, I don't think so, but you do have a familiar scent. And Jiratoda is just like, what? Because he just smells a normal human scent. But then he smells it a little bit closer and goes like, you two do have a similar scent. And then he says, I'm gonna go up ahead and not check things out, but I'm gonna go ahead, and he just leaves. But this is actually another HellHound, but he doesn't know what HellHounds are yet. So I would say go away, Max. I would say that. Sorry, my dog tried to enter my domain, but he goes like, what's your contact information? And then she proceeds to say, contact information? Like, she doesn't know what that is. And he says, your phone number, or your email. And she says, oh, got it. Well, bye. And then just disappears. But actually, no. I'm gonna say that she goes, oh, my phone number is blah 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 blah. And he asks if you want to hang out with us. And she says, oh, sure. And because I'm going to say that she was heading that way anyway, just taking a different, heading to a mall anyway. And when they get there, when they catch up to Jiratoda, he says, oh, is she coming along? Okay. Oh, crap. My knee just popped. Don't know if you could hear it, but it popped. And when they get to the mall, by then, Deku and her have already traded contact info, not addresses, but phone numbers. And just went like, you ever want to hang out again? Text me. Essentially asking her out, but not at the same time, because I'm gonna say he has a bit more self-esteem, confidence, enough to ask someone out because, he has a, air quotes, quirk. And, but they trade that, and I'm gonna retcon that she's a full, HellHound. She's a half-breed like him. But the thing is, she's adopted, and she doesn't know what her actual parents are, or what the hell a HellHound is. She just knows that her quirk is named HellHound. And that's all she knows. But I would say that she's a like a mythology and a mythology person, and just likes to research myths and religions and so forth. So she would know what a HellHound is. So she would know what the powers are. So, and she is like, my quirk is extremely like I'm a HellHound. Yeah, that's probably why they named it that. And not a second thought. But in this, Deku, he's more punk. I don't want to say punk, but heavy metal, kind of. Like iron piercings. I would say, hold on, let me find a picture that would suit this. I would say that he kind of looks like this, but without the bracelet, the tongue stud, the tats, and the arm wrap, and gloves, and fingernail polish. But I would say that he kind of looks like that. Actually, no. I'll give him the arm, the bracelet and the arm wrap. But not the tongue stud, just no. That's crossing a line. Not a personal line, but I just don't think that he would go that far. But he goes to a I don't want to say a music store to buy some CDs. Yeah, CDs. And she would follow her, and she'd say, "Oh, I was actually going to that exact same place. Cool." And but when they say bye and Deku goes home, Hisashi says, I smell someone with a HellHound scent on Deku. And he asked Deku if he hadn't met any new friends with a scent like his, or if he met any new friends. And Deku would go, yeah. And he said, I met a girl named Blank. You guys can pick the name. The one that I like the most, I will choose down at the bottom. Have a good day, have a good night, and bye. But before I go, I want to say that you should probably go to my Discord, because there, tomorrow at, I want to say, maybe 5 in the afternoon, Western time, I will be doing a Q&A, questions and answers, if anyone tomorrow, if you have any questions or requests for what ifs, you should go put that on my Discord so I know, and also it helps knowing that people don't just subscribe. Oh, this guy's a good person, kind of. Subscribe. Please go to my Discord so I know that people aren't just like that. And you actually watch my videos, not just go like, watch, bye. But go to my Discord, please. And tomorrow, all day, I will be doing a Q&A. I will answer when I can, but tomorrow I have school. So know that I will probably answer in between passing periods. So have a good day, have a good night, bye.